The title of today's story is The Golden Deer. Once upon a time, before he became the Buddha, the Bodhisattva was born as a golden deer. He was so big. He had really big antlers and his skin was the color of gold. Everywhere he went, it would like sparkle and everyone would say, he's so beautiful. And he lived in a group of 500 other deers in his herd. In the nearby forest, there was also another deer who was also golden but a little bit smaller. They called him the branch deer. But the Buddha was called the banyan deer. Okay? They called him the king. Well, one day, the king in that country liked to hunt a lot. So he would go hunting in the forest, and when he would go hunting, it would mess up the forest and make a big deal, and all the hunters got angry. So they built a fence around the forest so that the deer would be inside, so the king could hunt inside the fence and it won't bother the hunters. When the king saw this, he was so excited. Now it's easy to hunt deer. So he went into the forest to hunt the deer. But guess what? When he started to shoot the deer with the arrow, all the deer got scared. So they started running. Some of them run into each other. Some of them fall down and break their ankles. So even though only one deer got killed, like 20 deer got injured. And this happened every day for a long time. And it was very dangerous because even though one deer was dying, many deer were getting hurt. So the two golden deers came together and had a meeting. And they said, look, we are the leader of 1,000 deer. We have to work together to make our community better. What should we do? Well, we can't avoid getting killed. The king's going to kill one deer every day or every week. So let's do it like this. Let's send one deer from each team to go die at the door, and the rest of us won't go. So they agreed. So every day the king would come to the door, and there'd be one deer sitting in front of the door ready to die. This way, all the other deer don't have to run and try to get away. So they did this for a while, and everybody was happy. Even though they died, but it was a way to control to make it die the least amount possible. One day, it was a deer's turn to go die. But the problem was, she was pregnant. She had a really big pregnant stomach, okay? And she was going to give birth soon. Now, it was her turn to go die. She didn't mind dying because she knew it was her job to die. It was her turn. But she didn't want her unborn baby to die also. So she went to her leader, the branch deer, the smaller golden deer, and said, Leader, I know I have to die, and I will die. But can you take someone in my place first? After I give birth, then I will go die. Okay? Now the branch deer was thinking, how am I going to tell someone else to go die for you? If I do that, everyone's going to say I'm a bad leader. I'm a bad person. Everyone's going to say bad things about me. So he's like, no. You have to die on your turn. I don't care if you're pregnant. I'm not going to help you. I can't help you because I'm too embarrassed if I get in trouble. So the deer with the pregnant stomach started crying because she didn't want her baby to die. So she was walking away crying. Then the other big golden deer saw her crying and said, Sister, what's wrong? And then she told the big banyan deer king the story. Then the king said, don't worry, I'll help you. You don't have to die tomorrow. She's like, really? I don't have to die tomorrow? Yeah, you don't have to die tomorrow. So the next day, when the king opened the gates, guess who was sitting right in front of the gate? The king golden banyan deer. And the king says, what are you doing here? You're the king. I said that the king and the golden deer cannot be killed. Why are you here? And the king says, I'm a leader of 500 deer. When I see my people and my family suffering, I have to be responsible. I can't tell somebody to go die for somebody else. As the leader, I have to do it myself. That's why I'm here. And the king says, I'm so impressed. I didn't know that deer could have such an intelligence, such heart, such compassion. I'm so impressed. You know what? From now on, you won't die and the pregnant deer won't die. I make you guys immune. But the king says, you make the two of us immune. But what about the rest of my deer family? All the deer are immune. Okay, all the deer are immune. But what about all the other four-legged animals? Okay, all four-legged animals are immune. Okay, all four-legged animals are immune. What about birds? Oh, okay, all birds are immune. What about fish? All fish are immune. So he did this until he listed every animal. And the king thought, you're right. We shouldn't hurt animals. We shouldn't kill things. This is not a good thing to do. And so the king sat down on the floor and bowed to the deer and said, thank you for teaching me. If you didn't teach me, I never would have learned. And so the Banyan king deer taught him the 5 precepts. Number 1, don't kill. Number 2, don't steal. Number 3, don't cheat. Number 4, use your words wisely, don't hurt people. And number 5, don't drink or do drugs. And from that day forward, the king was always a good king. And when he died, and all his students died, and his family died, everyone went to heaven because they didn't hurt or break the 5 precepts ever again.